Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Listen up, people. Let me take the glasses off, right? Playtime is over. While we are being distracted by celebrity gossip, there's real stuff going on in this world. So around the corner from my old crib, we just moved out of that crib, 1895 University. For those of y'all that know me, know that I had a crib in the hood as well. Just left that crib. Now, we have a building on Burnside that just collapsed.
What the fuck? You got that bet, dollar. Damn.
Apartment on top of apartment on top of apartment. And I've been coming to y'all and telling y'all this over and over and over again. It's time to get out of New York. Those buildings are being patched up. They're not being fixed properly. Over and over and over again, you're seeing news reports and news clippings where they're telling you that New York is sinking, right? I want y'all to keep this in mind. New York is sinking. Now, you got to ask yourself a question. If New York is sinking, how is it affecting the infrastructure of the buildings? That's number one. Number two, I just said in my last live, right, that every time it rains, the streets are getting flooded. More and more, we are seeing floods all throughout America. That's number one. Number two, I just said in my last live, right, that every time it rains, the streets are getting flooded. More and more, we are seeing floods all throughout America. Even in New York, all throughout New York. How do you think this is affecting the infrastructure of these buildings that we come from, that we are still living, that we are stuck in? New York is a sinking ship. It's time to get out. My prayers go out to the families that live in that building, because now we don't know if any of them are caught up under the rubble. That's for one. For two, when these families have to now evacuate that building, because that whole building has to be demolished. And maybe possibly some of the buildings next to that building have to be evacuated and demolished, right? So then we got to take into account a fact that you have asylum seekers that overpopulated the shelter system in New York. So now that this building collapsed, we don't even know if it's going to be shelter or homes for these people that live in the building that just collapsed on not 1895, on Burnside University, right? The worst part about it is wintertime. It's freezing outside right now. It was raining and storming this whole weekend right here. And these people are about to be homeless in the cold during Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas. I haven't celebrated Christmas since I've been a child. But at the same time, I know the Christmas spirit. These people done lost their clothes in the building. They done lost their furniture in the building. They done lost their memories in that building. And now they homeless, just like that. It can happen to any of us. The times is changing. The poles are shifting. New York is sinking. Every storm for the last 10 years have been getting worse and worse and worse. Come up with an evacuation plan. Come up with a backup plan. Ask yourself, what if it happens to you? If we get hit with an earthquake, which the big one is coming, and they've been predicting this for years, how do we survive that? If you get hit with a tsunami, And we know the big one is coming soon. After the earthquake, how do we survive that? We on the brink of World War III, where you have governments talking about dropping bombs on each other, and governments is dropping bombs on each other. New Yorkers, we say we the best of the best. How do we survive that? It's time for us to pull together and start realizing that that building on University, on Burnside, that building is the beginning. That's the warning before destruction. How many of those buildings, how many more of those buildings are being neglected? We've seen the same thing happen to people over there in Israel and Hamas. Ain't nobody dropped nothing on that building. That was neglect. So when these dudes, these rappers, come back in the community, handing out turkeys, we don't need those turkeys. Welfare is doing enough. We need a rebuilt community. Give us back our 10 acres in the muse. Shout out to them families over there. Prayers go out to them families over there. And if we possibly can, in the community, let's reach out to those families that are homeless right now and figure out, could we get them some coats, some clothes, and some food, some finances, because right now, they homeless. Peace and love to everybody out there. My prayers go out to everybody out there. I'm asking everybody that's seen this video to share this video in support of those people. And make sure y'all hit the like button. I'm out.